So we are at the fag end in the sense, the last part of this chapter, arithmetic progression, which is chapter number 3 in Maths 1. We have completed all the theory. We have looked at all the different types of questions also. And in the last class, we started solving the questions of the last exercise, which is the problem set 3. We will continue with that, and we will try to cover as many questions as possible, so that you are able to solve the questions completely on your own. So these are the people who sent me some work, whether it is maths or science or some old work. So Bashir, Tushar, Nikhil. So Nikhil is writing consistently now. Aarti Bania, Sandhya, Anushka, Chand, Usman. Good. I'm happy that you are trying and you are writing. I promise you, if you continue this effort, if you continue with the discipline, you will start understanding also. Before we start solving the questions, once again, let us quickly look at what the different formulae are in this chapter, which is arithmetic progression. We defined an arithmetic progression something like this. Every term is represented with a T. If it is an infinite AP, it will have 3 dots at the end. The first term is also denoted as A, and the difference between the consecutive terms T2 minus T1 or T3 minus T2, they will all be same, and we represent that with the letter T. It's called common difference. Because of this, we said that if we have to find the nth term, we can easily find out by the formula A plus n minus 1 into T. So this is the definition of arithmetic progression, and this is the formula for nth term of the arithmetic progression. And then the only other concept that we learned was sum of first n terms. And sum of first n terms, we studied 3 formulae. We also studied that all of them are same. So for all practical purposes, when we are using the formulae to solve problems, we will be using 2 formulae only. The second one is generally not used, it's not required. So the formulae that we studied are n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and it is same as n by 2 first term plus last term. This is what we studied. Of course, we looked at some specific cases of arithmetic progression formed by natural numbers, arithmetic progression formed by even numbers, odd numbers. That is all there. But these 3-4 lines are the summary of the chapter. So we have completed practice set 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4. We have started the problem set 3 and we completed question number 1. Let us look at what other questions are there. First question, which is question number 2, reads, find the 4th term from the end. See, very interesting. Find the 4th term from the end in an AP. Or what is that AP? Minus 11, minus 8, minus 5, dot, 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 comma, 49. This is the question. It does not say 4th term. It says 4th term from the end. This is the trick in this question. Many people don't read the question carefully, and when they don't read the question properly, they will end up calculating T4, but we don't have to calculate T4 here. We have to calculate something else. You have to calculate something else. Shubham Yadav, I don't know what you are typing in the chat and why. So to try answer this question, let us understand the question one step at a time. The AP is right in front of you. The AP is given in the question. The AP is written here. If I ask you, and unfortunately, if I unmute you, there is noise. Let me try unmute yourself, all of you. Let's see what happens. Okay. Looking at the given AP, can you quickly tell me, quickly will be when you speak up, what is the first term in this AP? First term is minus 11.
Minus 11.
Very much. Minus 11. And what is the D for this AP? How will I calculate D? If I write D equals to minus 8, then what will I write?
Minus 11.
No.
Minus 11.
That is correct. Minus 11. So this becomes minus 8 plus 11, which is equal to 3. Yes, Prachi, your answer in the chat is correct. It already says, right? It is an AP. So we don't need to prove that it is an AP. It's told to us that it is an AP. First term is minus 11 and the common difference is 3. And that's all we need to know to define an AP, the first term and the common difference. Now, once again, look at the AP and tell me what type of AP it is. Is it finite or infinite? What type of AP it is? Very good. In the chat, Khadija and Prachi. It's a finite AP. Finite AP because it is ending. The first term is minus 11 and the last term is 49. There are no 3 dots after 49. And this is the final term. And so now the question makes sense. Find the fourth term from the end. So 49 is the last term. 49 is the last term. Suppose if we write the AP from the end, this is 49 and we will call it Tn, the last term. Then the term before that will be Tn minus 1. The term before that will be Tn minus 2. What will be the term before that? Tn minus 1, Tn minus 2, Tn minus 3. Correct. Tn minus 3. So when the question is find the fourth term from the end, we have to find this term, Tn minus 3. Right? Now to find Tn minus 3, we will of course use the formula nth term equals to, it's not 2a, it is a plus n minus 1 into d. We will use this to find this term, but we do not know n, right? So that is where we will use this information that nth term is 49. I will give you a hint, then you will try solve it on your own. Let's see how we can do this. We know 49 is a term and 49 is the last term. So if we can, using the number 49, using the term 49, we can find the value of n. How? 49 is a term, so it can be written in the form a plus n minus 1 into d. Last term हुआ तो क्या हुआ? Term तो है. So any term can be written in this form. We know a and d, right? We substitute the values. So minus 11, n minus 1, and d is 3. Now see what happened. Now we have a linear equation in one variable, 49 minus 11, n minus 1 into 3. When we solve it, if we solve it properly, we will be able to find the value of n. Solve it and tell me what it is. We can say now 49 equals to minus 11. No, we will write something different. We will save a step. So we will say or 49. We will move this minus 11 from right hand side to left hand side. So this will become plus 11 equals to n minus 1 into 3. Or 49 plus 11 is 60 equals to n minus 1 into 3. Khadija, see how this is slightly different and much better than what you have written. Or we can say n minus 1 equals to 60 by 3. 3 is currently with n minus 1. We are moving it with 60. So multiplication becomes division. Now 60 by 3 is 20. Or n, now we will move minus 1 to the right hand side from left to right. So minus 1 will become plus 1. So we get n equals to 21. See, in the question, what was very clear was the first term, 11. The common difference we could easily calculate as 3. And now we have also found out the value of n, which is 21. Right? So 21 is the last term. There are 21 terms in the arithmetic progression. Now, fourth from last, देखो, 21st, 20th, 19th, 18th. So we have to find the 18th term. We have to find the 18th term. एक और गलती यहाँ पे बच्चे करते हैं. वो क्या करते हैं? They find the 21, then they do fourth from last. So 21 minus 4 equals to 17. फिर T17 पता करते हैं. You tell me, is it right? If the last term is 21st term, that fourth from last is not the 17th term, it is the 18th term. Please confirm that this is clear. It is actually 21 minus 4 plus 1. Okay, so if that is clear, that now we need to calculate the 18th term, then now we know what to do. We just have to find T18. We have to find T18. So T18, we know the formula, which will be A plus 18 minus 1 into D. A we know is minus 11. So 18 minus 1 is 17. D we know is 3. Solve and tell how much is the T18. This will be solved as minus 11 17 into 3 is 51. So this is minus 11 plus 51. That is 51 minus 11, which is 40. 40 is the correct answer. Some of you are saying that we know the last term, which is 49. So let us write it here on the right hand side. And we also have found out that the common difference is 3. So to find the second last term, all we have to do is subtract 3 from 49. So when we do 49 minus 3, we will get 46. Yes. If we have to find the term before that, we will do 46 minus 3. Yes, 43. And if we have to do the term before that, we will do 43 minus 3, which will be 40. Yes, you can do this. Correct. Absolutely fine. Another thing that you can do, which Prachi was, this is what Prachi exactly meant, that 1, 2, 3. All you have to do is, all we have to do is 49 minus 3 into So we can use this also, 49 minus 3 into D. Where is this 3 coming from? Fourth from last. Where is this D coming from? When we move from left to right, we have to add the D. When we move from right to left, end to first, we will have to subtract the D. Yes, this can also be done. No one will deduct your marks. But yes, anyone who looks at your answer, that person will be surprised. Ye kya hua? Because that person will not be thinking in these terms, no? But yes, this answer is correct, and you are entitled for full marks if you are right. If you write it properly. So if you don't want to use any formula, you understand what an AP is. This is fine, absolutely fine. This is also fine, absolutely fine, as long as you explain what you are doing. Next question, question number 3. It reads, in an AP, the 10th term is 46. Sum of the 5th and 7th term is 52. Find the AP. Find the AP. Always remember, whenever it says find the AP, any AP is defined just by two things. If we can find out the first term, and if we can find out the common difference, then we can do anything with the AP. So these are the things we need to find. Once we find that, we can write the AP. We can write the AP. But again, this question is not straightforward. It is not. It gives some information about the AP. Actually, it gives us two information. First one is 10th term is 46. How will we write using the arithmetic and algebra, using AP nomenclature? This is very easy. Type it in the chat. Will be fast. Very good, in the chat. So when we say 10th term, so yes, 10th term is T10. And yes, it is 46. All that is fine. But with this, we will not be able to solve. We need these things, A, D. So if we write 46 in terms of A and D, it will be A plus 10 minus 1 into D. And when we simplify this, we can write A plus 9D equals to 46. This becomes our equation 1. We need to find two variables, right? A and D. We got one equation. Perhaps we will get another equation. Let us see if we get it. Now T5th, so it will be T5. 7th, so it will be T7. Their sum, तो मैंने ऐड किया, equals to 52. But once again, T5 and T7 will not help us. We need to write in terms of A and D. Try change this. Write the same equation using A's and D's, not T's. Try, right? Give me the first step, just first step. We will simplify later. Let's try the first step. Always one step at a time. So in place of T5, we can write A plus 5 minus 1 into D. In place of T7, we can write A plus 7 minus 1 into D. Using what formula? Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D, which is 52. This is the step I was asking you to try. Now comes simplification. A and A, 2 chocolates, so 2A. 5 minus 1 is 4. 7 minus 1 is 6. Or 2 chocolates and 4 plus 6, 10 balls. is 52. 2a plus 10d equals to 52. Khadija, you finally got it right. But there is one more step of simplification here. You see, 2a is completely divisible by 2, 10d is completely divisible by 2, 52 is completely divisible by 2. So if we divide all the terms by 2, then we get 2 by 2 is 1. So we are left with a. 10 by 2 is 5. 1 second. So 5d. 52 by 2 is 26. This is equation 2. You have equation 1. You have equation 2. Very clearly, the coefficient of a is same. So it can be very easily solved by elimination method. You find the value of d. Then you find the value of a. तो हमको d मिलेगा, हमको a मिलेगा. ये मिल गया. उसके बाद हम AP जितना टर्म चाहे हम उतना लिख सकते हैं. Next question, which is question number 4 of practice of problem set 3. It reads, the AP in which fourth term is minus 15 and ninth term is minus 30. So there is an AP, bad English, but what we need to understand is there is an AP in which the fourth term is minus 15 and ninth term is minus 30. Find the sum of first 10 numbers, first 10 terms. Very, very bad English, badly written. There is an AP in which the fourth term is minus 15, ninth term is minus 30, and we have to find the sum of first 10 terms. Now, can you tell me in the chat, mathematically speaking, finally, what do we have to calculate? Do we need to calculate A? Do we need to calculate D? Do we need to calculate N? Do we need to calculate Tn? Or what is it we need to calculate? No, Prachi. Khadija, correct? No, Aarti. Chand, correct? No, Prachi. Find the sum of the first 10 numbers. What is the final answer that we need to find out? No, Alfia. Now, Prachi, you are right. Aarti, you have written it wrong. Chanda, you are still wrong. It's very clear from the question that find the sum, right? So we have to find S of the first 10 terms. So S10 we have to find. Finally, the last thing in this question is S10. And we know S10 can be found out with this formula, 10 by 2, 2 into A, n minus 1 into T. ये formula आज भी हमने revise किया. Told you this will be required, these things will be required. This we have to find. See, 10 by 2 is 5, that is fine, but we don't know A, we don't know this N, we know this is 10. We don't know A, but we don't know D. We need to know A and D. That A and D we can find by using this information. Now you know what needs to be written. I'm writing part of the equation, you complete it. If I write T4 equals to minus 15 equals to, what shall I write here? These are the first steps of the question. This question will be a long question. It will have say 3 or 4 or 5 marks. S10 तक तो हम तब पहुंचेंगे जब हमारे पास A और D होगा. So there will be steps, there will be marks for writing the steps. So first step is T4 equals to minus 15 is equal to how much? Thank you for Writing the correct answer. Khadija, not Prachi. Prachi is asleep today. So it is A plus, now n fourth term. So 4 minus 1 into D. When we simplify this, it becomes A plus 3D equals to minus 15. This is equation 1. Now let us try the other information, this information. T9 equals to minus 30 equals to what? Don't confuse between n and the term. Very good in the chat. So A plus 9 minus 1 into D. And when we simplify this, we get A plus 8D equals to minus 30. This is equation 2. Now till this point, it is arithmetic progression. From here, it becomes algebra. We will use the concepts of linear equations in two variables, and we will solve equation 1 and 2 to find the values of A and D. जब A and D हमको मिल जाएगा, we will put it in this formula. So Sn, so S10 equals to 10 by 2, 2 into A, जो हमको A मिलेगा, n minus 1, 10 minus 1 is 9 into D, जो हमको D मिलेगा. So again, if I write one more step here, 10 by 2 is 5 and 2A plus 9D. We find the value of A and D by solving equations 1 and 2, then put those values here to find S10. Next question, which is question number 5 of problem set 3. It reads, 2 APs, once again bad English. It's not apostrophe S, it should be just APs. The apostrophe should not be there. 2 APs are given. What are the APs? First AP is 9, 7, 5. The second AP is 24, 21, 18. Both are infinite APs. If the nth term of both progressions are equal, right, then find the value of n and the nth term. There are 2 APs. They look completely different as of now. What information right now we have, they look completely different, but the question says there is some term at the position n where the terms are same. We have to find what that position is and what that term is. These are the 2 questions. The first AP is 9, 7, 5, ... Okay. You quickly tell me what is the A and what is the D for this AP. We will call it AP1. Let me write it clearly. AP1. In AP1, we have 9, 7, 5, ... You tell me what is A and what is D. Okay. So you are telling me A is 9, which is very clear. First term is 9. What is D? Prachi, correct. Khadija, correct. What is D? Chanda, correct. Chand, correct. So D is minus 2. Q, 7 minus 9 is minus 2. I'm not writing that on the screen. This is AP1. Now let us look at what AP2 is. AP2 is 24, 21, 18, dot, dot, dot. Now, please, my smart students, tell me, what is the A and D of this AP? It's very, very, very simple. A is 24. The first term is very clearly visible, 24. And the difference, common difference is 21 minus 24 or 18 minus 21, which is minus 3. So I can write this is 24 and this is minus. Okay. These are two different APs. Now it says the nth term is same. Now, okay. Now for this AP1, what will be the nth term? We know the A and D. What can we say about the nth term? Will be very good if someone can speak. What will be the nth term? Rohit, we are looking at A and D, not B. But your maths is correct. Using the simple formula Tn equals to A plus n minus 1D, what can we write for the first AP? Tn will be how much? What is A? Start, speak.
9.
9. Okay. Then?
Plus
Correct. Then?
n minus 1
Very good.
d
D is how much?
2 minus 2
It's not 2 minus 2.
minus 2.
Minus 2, right? We got it. So this is the nth term of the first AP. Using the same logic, now tell me what will be the nth term for the second AP?
— 24
Yeah, 24
plus n minus 1 minus 3.
into minus 3. Now we have found this information. So the information that is given to us is one AP is 975 dot dot dot, another AP is 24, 21, 18 dot dot dot. But we are smart. We know how AP works. So we identified A and D for each of the APs. From there, we have identified the nth term from each of the AP. Now see what the question says. The question says the nth term is same. माने ये जितना है ये भी उतना ही है. How do we write it in maths, beta? 9 plus n minus 1 into minus 2 equals to 24 plus n minus 1 into minus 3. यही तो होगा ना? The nth term is same. Now what do you have here? What is this? It is an equation. What type of equation is this? What type of equation is this? Okay. This is something you know. What type of equation is this? Linear equation in one variable. Correct. In the chat. Linear equation in one variable तो हमने बचपन में पढ़ा था. So now it is only a what is function of, or it's what the only thing that remains to be done is to solve for n. If I write the first step, 9 is 9, right? And what do I do? No, I will solve it in a different. Now that you are able to understand a lot of algebra, let us do in a different. Let us see if you can get it. Now let us keep this here only. N minus 1 into -2. Bring this to the left hand side. So it becomes minus n minus 1 into -3. Let 24 be on the right hand side. Let's move the 9 to the right hand side. So this becomes -9. Why am I doing this? I want to keep the variable on the left hand side. I want to keep the constants on the right hand side. -2 n minus 1, and this becomes +3 n minus 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So this reduces to n minus 1 equals to 24 minus 9. 4 or 5 is 15. So I'm getting n equals to 15 plus 1 equals to 16. Solve it in your own way and confirm if you are getting n equals to 16 or not. So in this question, one part was to find n. So I have already found n for you, which is 16. That is part of the answer. The second part of the answer is to find the nth term. So nth term here will be, because n equals to 16, nth term will be T16. So it will be A, which is 9 plus 16 minus 1 into D, which is -2. Now we know everything and we can solve. So first we got n equals to 16, and then we will find out the 16th term. Let me now take you through the remaining questions of the exercise. I will give you some hints for each of the questions. And once again, I will hope and I will expect, because I know that you can solve on your own. So I will hope and expect that you will solve on your own. You will try. You have access to textbooks, you have access to the internet, you have access to the study guides, all that. And you can ask me whenever you are stuck. अगर आप कोई question solve कर रहे हो, आपसे solve नहीं हुआ, take a picture, send it to me, ask. Question number 6 on the screen. It reads, find, if not find, if sum of third and eighth terms of AP is 7. So this is first part of the question. And sum of 7th and 14th terms is -3. Then find the 10th term. We know the main formula, Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So to find T10, all we have to do is T10 equals to A plus 10 minus 1. So in this question, we have to find 10th term. So the formula is Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So T10 can be written as A plus 9D. But of course, we don't know A and we don't know D. To find A and D, once again, like the other questions, we will use the other information. So we know that T3 plus T8, T3 plus T8 equals to 7. We will write T3 and T8 in terms of A and D. We will write T8 and then find the equation. Then the second part of the question is 7th and 14th term sum. So T7 plus T14 will be equal to -3. Here also we will write T7 in terms of A and D. We will write T14 in terms of A and D. We will have two equations, equation 1 and 2. When we solve equation 1 and 2, we will get A and D. We will use that A and D in this equation to find the value of T10. Next question is question number 7. In an AP, the first term is -5. After such a long time, something is given directly. So T1 or A equals to -5. The last term is 45. So let us say Tn equals to 45. Last term, we don't know what term it is. We don't know whether it is 2nd or 10th or 13th. We don't know, but it is the last term. So it is a finite AP. If sum of all numbers, not terms, it should be terms. If sum of all terms in the AP is 120, right? So Sn equals to 120. How many terms are there? Clearly, n equals to question mark. Also, what is the common difference? So D equals to question mark. These are the two things that we need to find. Remember, Sn, the easier formula is n by 2, first term plus last term. We know T1, we know Tn, we know 120. So this is a linear equation in one variable, which will give us the value of n. We know T45, no, not T45, Tn equals to 45. So मान लो हमको n मिला 13, मान लो. So T13 equals to 45 can be written as A plus 13 minus 1 into D. I'm just saying, मान लो, I don't know what it is. Once again, this becomes a linear equation in one variable because we know A equals to minus 5. So the only variable that remains is D. We will get D. So two-step answer. First, using the formula for sum of first n terms, we will get the value of n. Then we use the value of n in nth term formula to find common difference D. Next question is question number 8 of problem set 3. Once again, it's a very, very easy question. It says sum of 1 to n natural numbers. So please be smart. It says 1 to n natural numbers. So we don't need to use the general formula of sum n. We can also use the specific formula, which is n into n plus 1 by 2. We can use this formula, which is equal to 36, and we can find the value. We can use this. Of course, you can also say that A equals to 1, D equals to 1. So Sn equals to n by 2 to A n minus 1 into D. ऐसा भी कर सकते हो, but not required. You can use this. Next question, question number 9. It says divide 201 in 3 parts. So there is a number which is 207. We have to divide it in 3 parts such that all parts are in AP. All parts are in AP. The product of the two smaller parts have to be 4623. It's a high rigor question. It's a high thinking question. So suppose that 3 parts are T1, T2, and T3. I'm saying T1, T2, T3 because it says they are in AP. And suppose T1 is smaller than T2 and T2 is smaller than T3. ऐसा है. जैसे कि नॉर्मल AP में होता है कॉमन डिफरेंस. Then T1 into T2 is 4623. T1 into T2 equals to 4623. 207 T1 plus T2 plus T3. We already know that we are not able to solve questions but just by writing T1, T2, T3. We will have to write in terms of A and D. ठीक है, अगर ये A होगा तो ये A plus D होगा, ये A plus 2D होगा. So T1 into T2 actually becomes A into A plus D, which is equal to 4623. And T1 plus T2 plus T3, which is A plus A plus A, 3A, D plus 2D, 3D, equals to 207. See how nice the algebra is coming to. Now we have 3 common, A plus D, which is 207. So A plus D equals to 207 by 3. 3 6 is 18, 3 9 is 27. Now we can put this a plus d, value of a plus d here. So a into 69 equals to 4, 4, 6, 2, 3. So a equals to 4, 6, 2, 3 by 60. हमको a मिल गया. जब इस a को हम फिर वापस इसमें डालेंगे, then we can find d. So we are able to find a, we are able to find d. So we can find the three parts, T1, T2 and T3. Question number 10. There are 37 terms in an AP, another finite AP where n equals to 37. Last term. The total terms are 37. So n equals to 37. The sum of the three terms placed exactly at the middle. See how interesting. Middle. 5 होंगे तो मिडिल में क्या होंगे? ये थे सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ. सो 37 टर्म्स हैं तो मिडिल में कौन से होंगे? सोच के बताओ. 5 हैं. इफ देयर आर 5 टर्म्स देन द मिडिल टर्म्स आर सेकेंड, थर्ड एंड फोर्थ. मिडिल 3. If there are 37 terms in the AP, then what terms will be in the middle? Try think. Find out, tell. We find the middle term by adding 1 to 37, dividing it by 2. We get it 19. We get it as 19. So when we find the middle term, we can also find the two other middle terms. जो उसके side में होंगे, एक left में, एक right में. And using the information given in the question, we can form equations and solve for A and B. 1000 is invested at 10% simple interest. And the question also gives you the formula. How do we calculate the simple interest? It says P into R into N by 100. If you have attended any of the classes that I have taken, I have taught you simple interest. I have told you that we will not write the 100. It is confusing, but yes, it's given in the textbook for now. Let us see what happens. So what is P, what is R, what is N? Even if you don't know what is P, what is R, what is N, if you just look at the next line of the question, solution, it says simple interest after 1 year. It is calculating by multiplying 1000 into 10 into 1. If we just compare this with this, we know that P equals to 1000. Where is this 1000 coming from? Here. R equals to 10. Where is this 10 coming from? Here. Actually, it is 10%. And that is why we have 100 in the denominator. And that is why we need not write the 100 in the formula. And into 1. Where is this 1 coming from? This 1. Now all we have to do is calculate this value. Calculate and tell me first in the chat. Solve in the notebook, not using calculator, and tell me the value. Okay, you're saying 100. Let's see. Yes, it is 100. Now simple interest at the end of 2 years. So P remains as it is, R remains as it is. Now we are considering 2 years. So 2 years. Once again, when you calculate, now look at these three terms, 100, 200, 300, and that is the question it is asking. Check at the end of every year, end of first year, end of second year, end of third year, end of fourth year, and continue. If the total interest amount is in AP. Yes, it is in AP. Enough. Why is it in AP? Because 200 minus 100 equals to 100. 300 minus 200 equals to 100. And yes, Shubham, correct answer. Common difference is 100. So when we check, we see, yes, they are in AP. Then it says, if this is an AP, then find the interest amount after 20 years. Enough? 20 years and using the activity. So yes, so what is this? This is a question which we have already done in previous classes in terms of simple interest. Now we are solving the same question in another way, because there is a AP when we are borrowing and repaying the money in simple interest. There is an AP. So let us see how the activity continues. Clearing the screen. Remember these numbers: 100, 200, 300. So now, according to this, the simple interest for 4, 5, 6 years will be, you know it already, 400. Then what will be the simple interest for 5 years? What will be the simple interest for at the end of 5 years? Speak or type. 500. At the end of 6 years, 600. Right? Shubham has already told, and I've written it on the screen. D is 100. It is increasing by 100. And the A is the first term. First interest was 100. Huh? The sum of simple interest after 20 years, amount of, not sum, amount of simple interest after 20 years, that means T20. So T20 can be found out by using this formula. A is 100, N is 20, and then D we have found as 100. So this is 100 plus 19 into 100. 100 plus 1900 equals to 2000. Amount of simple interest after 20 years is 2000. That is it. The questions that remain in the problem set are question number, you can see in the notebooks, in your textbooks, 11, 12, 13, and 14. They are also very similar, but they will require much more algebra. Don't even try to solve 11, 12, and 13 if you are not able to complete the other questions. Remember very carefully. You will jump into 11, 12, and 13 only after you have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 14. Okay? So remaining are 11, 12, and 13. Let's see if anyone is able to reach there. I know you can. I hope you will. So we can end the class by saying we will try our best to complete all the questions of problem set 3 and complete this chapter, complete this exercise. Today is Friday. Saturday we don't have a maths class. So you have today, you have tomorrow, you also have Sunday. Try, ask if you have a doubt, complete by Sunday night. That is it for arithmetic progression.